Raimrox, JT here. With every Humble Monthly, the question is, what are the games like? Well, here's a bit of information of each game in this month's Humble Monthly to help you decide if it is for you. If you want to see more game deals like this, then smash that subscribe button. Let's get into it. At number 1. The feature game this month is Deep Rock Galactic, and a 65% off coupon for the Ultimate Bundle. Deep Rock Galactic is a first-person co-op action shooter where you mine space caverns for your greedy corporate overlords. Along the way, you'll be killing alien bugs with your other dwarf buddies as you work together to accomplish your mission. There's a great progression system allowing you to customize your dwarf character, and this ranges from weapons, armors, and skill upgrades which you can buy with cash mined from the caverns. If you're into first-person co-op PvE shooters with freedom of character customization, then I would highly recommend this game. As for the Ultimate Bundle, for 65% off, you will get 4 unique armor variants and plenty of cosmetics. I personally think the Ultimate Bundle is quite pricey even with the coupon, so I'd stick with just the main game unless you really want to get into mining and killing alien bugs for a while. At number 2, we have Necromunda, Hired Gun. A first-person shooter set in the Warhammer universe, and it is a good time. For its price, it is a fast-paced shooter like Doom, but without the fine-tuning. Enemies will either run at you or let you get close enough to execute them with a button. As you're executing them, their pal who was just standing next to them just watches and lets you execute their friend without doing anything. On the upside, there's plenty of fast-paced shooting to be experienced with missions to take on from the hub world, with weapons and skills to upgrade, and those parts are plenty of fun. In addition, the world designs totally nailed the Warhammer look with beautiful visuals and excellent gun sound design. This game is not worth picking up at its full price of $39.99, but definitely worth picking up in Humble Monthly. At number 3, we have Legion TD2, a tower defense game that requires some deep strategic thinking, especially when you face against another human player. The goal of this game is to kill the opponent's king with your units while trying to defend your king from your opponent's units. It's also an auto-battler, so your role is to place specific defenders and attackers who will defend the path to your king and attack your opponent's king respectively. Then when the battle starts, the fighters and defenders automatically battle it out. Choosing and positioning each unit types matter in this game, which brings a deep level of strategic thinking. I would recommend this game if you're into deep strategy and resource management against another human player. At number 4, we have Legend of Keepers, a match between management, strategy, roguelike, and turn-based where you play as the Dungeon Keeper, aka the big bad guy. Or if you want to be PC about it, beings of political differences. A bunch of heroes are on their way to your dungeon and your job is to assign monsters and traps along the way. You can prepare your monsters, go through a schedule of sort, buying traps, going through random events before the heroes arrive in your dungeon. Once they arrive, you are to pit your monsters and traps against them to stop them from getting to you, the final boss. This is where the turn-based combat come in, where you pick and choose what skills to use on these heroes. It's a unique spin on a dungeon crawler, as you are the big bad boss, and is definitely worth playing. At number 5, we have Lawn Mowing Simulator, where you start a lawn mowing business, customizing your character and designing a logo, and then you mow your clients' lawns. Owning a lawn mowing business, you're going to have to look after your machines, and how much you get paid depends on how good of a job you do on your clients' lawns. You can even acquire new lawn mowers along the way from actual brands that you can find in the store. Basically, the game says what it is: you mow lawns. If you miss mowing a lawn because you live in an apartment with no lawn to speak of, then this will definitely scratch that itch. At number 6, we have Banners of Ruin, a roguelike deck builder game. Play through an addictive game as you unlock characters and collect cards to power up your party. Each character race have their own specific skills and ability sets. Given that it is a roguelike, every run you do will be different from the last run. It is very similar to Slay the Spire, which I have covered recently in another video. But this time, it's a party versus party setting, which means more complex strategy is required. I would recommend this game if you're into collecting cards and the party versus party Slay the Spire style gameplay loop. At number 7, we have Yes, Your Grace, a management simulation adventure game where you play a king, trying to balance between your family and your people. However, rather than the usual simulation game where it is mostly sandbox, this game puts you along a story, and you are to decide on how best to keep your kingdom going. Your main goal is to listen to problems that your family and your people are facing, and then find the best ways to solve them. However, the solution is usually morally ambiguous, like marrying one of your daughters off to another king or be involved in the drug trade to form much-needed alliance with another kingdom. What will hook you is a story of yes, your grace, and the variety of characters on the set. I would recommend this game if you're into an engaging story while playing the pivotal role of head of state. At number 8, we have ATOM RPG Trudograd, the sequel to ATOM RPG where you are tasked to look for a railgun to shoot down an asteroid that is expected to hit Earth. This game is relatively shorter than the first game, but it could still easily clock in about 20 hours. There are tons of abilities with a variety of skills to choose from to grow your character. Being an RPG game, you will have different dialogue choices, quests to complete, and factions to join that will change the way the game plays. It is very similar to the Fallout game series, but with its own spin. If you're into a relatively deep RPG game and into the isometric view, I would recommend this game. However, it'll probably make more sense if you've played ATOM RPG first before Trudograd. All in all, I think this month's bundle is pretty solid with some great indie games to play or try, and definitely a great main title, Space Rock Galactic. For the price that you're paying to get these 8 games, they're definitely worth it, and the fact that you get to support Active Minds to support mental health makes it even better.